So this is another editing tutorial, second of the series, and I haven't made one in a while. The last one was CT Fletcher versus Cali Muscle, which CT got really mad. He didn't really pick up on my tutorial tips. Well, maybe he did. We'll see how he edits his next video. So my point is that everyone, even CT Fletcher, Hodgkins, anyone who makes videos on YouTube now are considered quote-unquote filmmakers, and then well, hopefully those videos can help them out, like the way Matt Ogus' video helped me to balk and stuff like that. Anyways, so and also another point that I want to make is that about filmmaking is that Walter Murch, the greatest film editor in history of cinema, said once that really stuck in my mind that cinema is the closest medium to the mind, meaning that if you want to represent consciousness, represent thought through art, the best medium to do it that comes closest to the actual format of the mind is films, because film is presented in time and visual images and sound, and if you understand the structures of films and film editing, you sort of understand human psychology and vice versa. You just sort of have to understand the mind to be able to edit films well. And if you want to mindfuck people, there's no better way to do it than manipulate images and sound. So let's get started. Today I want to use the film Don't Look Now, the opening scene of Don't Look Now, to sort of give you guys a little tutorial, some tips and little secrets in film analysis, in form and temporality and spatiality and continuity and stuff like that. Anyway, so like I said before, if you don't make films, if you pick up some of the stuff that I'm talking about, and next you can open your consciousness, you can expand your mind. By next time you watch films, you'll be more aware. And since our freaking entire culture is saturated with images anyway, this is how we know the world. It's through films and images. And one way to expand your awareness about the world is to understand this language, this beautiful language called cinema, which is a totally different language from spoken language. Is the language that I really like the best. Fuck spoken language. For fucking betas. It's for fucking normal people. Anyway, let's get to it. No more bullcrap. Okay, so let's. If you haven't watched the scene already, watch it first before I start. Okay, the link is in the description box. It's 6 minutes long. Just watch it. Okay. If you don't want to watch it, just go along with it right now. But just watch it. Okay, let's play this clip right now. Okay, so first we see, this is an opening scene about this little girl right here. Okay, she is going to be drowned in the first 6 minutes, and this whole movie is about how her parents were haunted by her death. And okay, we see right away some interesting elements, visual elements in here. First of all, she's wearing red, and that's sort of a foreshadowing. This whole sequence is a foreshadowing of her death. And how does the director or the editor does this through visual images? Well, first of all, the director wants her to wear red because red is like, well, the first time I saw it, I'm like, this is a target. Because the target is right in the middle, and there's all this green right here, the contrast to bring out the red, complementing colors, and then just that boom, that dot right there is something wants to shoot it. That's my automatic, the response to this, right? The visceral response is that she's a target. And red also, in all the, it's very standard for film directors to make someone who is about to, run into some heat or emotional character wear red, because bright color, it sticks out. And okay. And that's the relationship between this girl and this boy and their parents are also very interesting. Okay, let's just look at the relationship now between the girl and the boy. Okay, the boy and the girl are brothers and sisters. So in a way, film is about relations, like music. The one note doesn't exist on its own. It has to the value of a note only exists through relations with the next note or the sequence of note, the relation to each other. And if you want to bring out the value of this image, is the best way to do is to contrast it, to counter it with another. So right away we see here, the little boy is wearing what? Blue, and blue and red are complementary, right? A boy and a girl, blue and red. Okay, very nice. Okay, so okay, here you go. So at first you see harmony here. The girl is walking from right to left, and the boy is also riding the bike from right to left. So okay, everything's okay now, right? At first, everything seems okay in harmony. Okay, great. And okay, next point I want to make is the music here. What do you hear? Hear the music for a few seconds. The music is someone playing the piano, and apparently, if you listen closely, it's a child playing the piano, a child practicing the piano. Not perfect, and it's the child's very careful about which note to play, and you almost sense a certain danger in there. It's like, okay, the next note she might play a wrong note. That is also subconscious foreshadowing the fact that this little kid right here, this little girl right here, she's going to, you know, slip or something, right? Because you hear the note, it's a happy tune kind of because she's playing, but at the same time the tune seems to be in danger. It's crippled.
This is your commandant speaking.
And here's another element of foreshadowing that works also as a visual and conceptual metaphor. What that means is, I look at this little ball right here. This little ball right here looks just like this image right here. See that? Because this little ball will represent hurt. It's a little target here. It's a little one extra layer of metaphorical, conceptual, you know, parallel to this images right here that give you more of that feeling. What's gonna happen later? If you saw the image, if you saw the whole sequence already, she's going to drown, and this ball is already drowning. So you just heads up, guys. She's gonna drown. And here it's also very interesting. The piano, it works in rhythm with her footsteps. Check it out. Dun 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 dun, and then she steps on something, and then the note was also out of sequence. Wrong note. Oh, she steps on something. So the music and the action parallel. Watch it again. Dun 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 with a footstep. Ooh, what happened? Oh, okay. Oh. And listen to the sound of the birds, vultures here, or whatever. What's the blackbird? I forgot the name, but you know those blackbirds that symbolizes freaking decay and death, or vultures, whatever. So that's why the sound editor puts the sound of those birds there, right? Okay, listen to the piano here. Okay. The piano. Look at this shot right here. Starting from this shot right here, the camera zooms in on her, and the piano goes dun 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 slower. Doom. On the last note, it cuts to fire. Why does it cut to fire? Fire and her reflection. This symbolizes that later she's gonna get burned. Okay, and look at the shape here. The little girl is a upside down triangle right here, and the image of the fire is a triangle, right side up. So that's also a juxtaposition of opposites to create you know, more dynamics. That's also a very interesting composition right here. With her mother's back turns, you know, back to us, as if she's ignorant of the fact that her daughter is in danger. But the father is, however, more conscious, which is gonna also foreshadow the fact that maybe the father is gonna be the one who's gonna try to save her, the more dominant role.
What are you reading?
I was just trying to find the answer to a question Christine was asking me. The world's round, why is a frozen pond flat?
It's a good question.
And there's the cue right there again. The zoom, the camera zooming, the music cues. That also gives you a little, you know, it wakes you up a little bit. Da-da-da-da. And then look at the shapes of this stuff again. Again, you go from those parallel worlds are sort of they influence each other. The world, the inside world of the parents, safe, warm house, and outside the danger world, right? They if you're gonna see later how they sort of they give a cause and effect to each other and influence each other and stuff like that. And so look at this image right here again. This is another sign of where the triangle is up, right side up, and the next shot. So you cut to her, which she's upside down, right? Okay, she's walking again. More foreshadow of the fact that she's in danger. Why she's upside down is when you're filming her reflection instead of her actual body, right? This makes you very uneasy, right? Look at it again. Very ghostly. Oh, it's gonna fall. It's gonna fall. Boom! Now we see a more dynamic counteraction here in contrast. She's running into the woods here. Okay, look at it. She's gonna disappear into the trees here. Look. Boom! And then there goes the little boy coming out. Right? She's going in there from left to right, and he's coming out from right to left. He's going into the tree, and he's coming out of the tree. Here is another symbol of the fact that something is disharmonized. And another cause and effect here. Look at the editing here. Perfect. See? She's going this way, and he's coming this way, and then they both sort of stumbles. Boom. Oh, glass. Stumble, and then somehow the father noticed something's wrong.
Aha! Lake Ontario curves.
The mother's still ignorant.
It's more than 3 degrees from its easternmost shore to its westernmost shore.
Stands
so,
up.
frozen water isn't flat. And now I put duplicates in my tray.
And this shot right here, I really love. This is another example of a match cut. Look at the hand gesture here of the woman. Right? She's doing something with her finger. She's tapping her lips with her finger. And her daughter also has her hands on her finger, covering her mouth. And you see how another point to keep in mind when you edit is where your audience's eyeball is going to be. Where, you know, when you look at anything in the world, you can actually only clearly you feel the vision. It's only about a thumb, about this big right here, like the size of a thumb. Right? If you wanna look, if you can't look at the whole screen, your eyes is always wandering around the screen like this. You know, you go from here to here. It's important to direct your audience's attention. If you can own the audience's eyeball, where it's when he blinks, when he's looking, where he's looking, you're pretty much have your audience like a puppy on a string. So right here, of course, the audience is gonna your field of vision is gonna be right here, right? And then the next shot right here, the director definitely purposefully match the placement of her hand exactly the same spot as the previous shot, right? And when she lets go of her hand, there's another match cut right here. Look at this. Sorry. Okay, right here. Okay, and she lets go of her hand, and you match the action again. You let go, and she lets go. Okay, you see that? Let's watch it again. Let go, let go. You got that. That's how you match the. That's how you how shots flow seamlessly and smoothly from one to the next. Is again the most important element of a smooth edit. Is how you organize the actions and movements within shot to shot. It's always got to be smooth, and it's always got to be continuous. And cutting on action or matching the action from one shot to another, even when those two shots are totally different. For example, if I jump up for a vertical jump. The next shot, if I want to be able to cut smoothly, I can cut to me squatting and coming up for the concentric movement. You know what I'm saying? So that creates a visual continuation and smoothness of the shots. And as I say in my last video, and you're gonna hear me keep saying this again, every frame counts, right? Every frame matters. You see, the director chooses to cut on this frame of this shot. Sorry. To this frame. Why? Because look at her. Look at their hands. Look at the placement of their hands. It's almost the same, right? Look at this angle right here, and look at her angle. Oh, it's very similar, right? Let's see if I cut a little bit of this. Okay, let me just do an experiment. Let's see if I cut just a little too late. Let's see when I just cut a few frames off. 2 frames right here. I'm cutting 2 frames off here. See this right here?
I'll put duplicates in my tray.
See how weird that is? Only 2 frames, but look how jumpy that is. You see right here? I cut a few frames off here. Only 2 frames. And boom. Doesn't look right. Something's off there. Okay, anyway, let's move on. Okay, watch this part right here. The throwing action of right here. Look, she throws the ball, boom, and then he throws. Same thing, matching the actions. And this is very useful for people who are editing athletic videos or bodybuilding videos. Is that there's so many movements in athletic videos where you're always trying to capture movement and move from one movement to the next. It's always important to really precisely match the action, so it's the shots match smoothly from one to the next. See how you cut in the midair? The ball is in midair. The ball is midair, and it's in midair, right? You don't cut when it's still in the hand, right? You don't. If the editor cut to this shot when this thing right here, the match or whatever, is still in his hand, then that's a bad cut, because in the previous shot, the ball left the girl's hand already.
Oh, shit. Oh.
See, there's another cause and effect there. He steps on something, he kicks on something in the glass, and then boom, the little girl drops, and then you cut back to the glass. Boom. Suspense right here. Suspense. Look at the glass here. The glass. Rolling slowly, suspense, rolling, a little slowly, suspense. Okay, suspense, alright. Floating. And then finally, see there, the ball right here, this symbolizes where her death is. The target right here. See, the mother is still ignorant. The mother is still ignorant. And I like this little gesture here. This little gesture here when the father jumps into the water, and then immediately cut to the mother throwing this little piece of Polaroid picture photo right here. This is like the final statement here. Okay, even the mother, the mother gets something, right? And she throws the Polaroids, whatever statement she's trying to make here. It's like a period right here, right? She throws it, he jumps in there, and she throws it, and then you get a silent here. You hear the silent? There's a silent here. It's complete silence. It's really interesting. Silent. And then, boom! Watch it again. And I love. Okay, here's another example where the audience's eyes are particularly directed from one spot to the next. Okay, look at okay, well she's looking at this. Okay, great. He dives in, and then look at it. Look at where your eyes will be on this Polaroid right here, this photograph right here. And then the next shot is the blood spilling. So the blood spilling out of this Polaroid right here. Look at this. Boom. Another contrast here. Complete silent. You went from a complete silent to a moment of shock right here. Look at this grand moment right here. Boom, with music coming in. And you see another shape matching technique here. You see this the shape of this green red blood here, and then it's gonna match to the shape of the body of the girl when it comes out. See right here. Oh, right here. See the shape matches again. See, match shape, match shape, match shape, match shape. And of course, this part right here, it's a very conventional way to edit something that's, something that's so extraordinary, something that's so near death that time slows down. This moment is very important. And you keep cutting. This is a jump cut right here. See, you cut from here to here. Creates a little. You feel disoriented when you see this. Look how many cuts that this has. See, you cut again. Look at this. Look at this. Cut. This cut right here would not work under any other circumstances, because this cut is a jump cut. It's you're not really matching anything. It's just a very subtle, not subtle, opposite of subtle, very shocking and very jumpy cut where it just startles you, right? All those cuts right here. See, another one, all startling, because of course he's under emotional stress. He's shocked. Look at all those cuts right here. Under normal circumstances where you have a normal conversation with somebody, you wouldn't cut like this. Another matching right here. Okay, so that's about it. This part right here is very fascinating. The mother comes out, she screams. And you cut to a fucking brilliant shot of the drill. And it's red too. Look at this. The color is the same too. The green, blue, and red. See, this is the same color scheme right here to match it. This is an example of a I forgot what the technical term is, but it's where you cut to another shot where it symbolically or conceptually matches. But they're two completely different things, right? Unless you connect them emotionally. Like a drill, right? A drill and a woman, right? But she's screaming, so it's like and then the sound of her scream carries over to the sound of the drill, and they connect seamlessly as if they're one and the same, the drilling and the screaming.